What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ray King 508. We back at it again. And, no, the NBA Finals is here, and my team is not in it. I am frustrated as all hell. But I've decompressed for like a good few days now. So, um, congrats to the Miami Heat. Congrats to the Denver Nuggets for, first of all, making their first finals. This is what it is. But, we gotta talk about something. And we gotta talk about it now. Because I think this needs to be driven home. Um, First of all, when I talk about Jason Tatum, I think he is the face of the franchise for the Boston Celtics. I truly believe that. Not many people do. They think that Jaylen Brown is, but let me kind of give y'all the my point of view as a Celtic fan when I really watch Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is a guy that is going to be aggressive more times than not. Jaylen Brown, and I'm talking playoff wise. I'm not talking regular season. Because I don't think the regular season really matters as much anymore than it did probably in the early days of the NBA. But I think when it comes to postseason, I think Jason Tatum really does take these games seriously. It's just one of the things that he does not have. He doesn't have a co-star that will actually help him. For example, when you have um, you know guys like Harden and Embiid struggling, and Jason Tatum's like scoring 51, or for example when Giannis and freaking was it Drew Holiday are doing damage, but let me use that example. Let me use the Drew Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo series from last year, and let me compare y'all to what I saw last year when Jason Tatum faced the Bucks. Game one, I get it, whatever, it is what it is. But there's times where, Jaylen Brown will sit in the corner and absolutely do nothing. And I'm not kidding, guys. Like, go back and watch some of these games that I'm referring to. Because I still haven't forgotten the 1 and was it the 1-10 game against Toronto from the 3-point line? I still haven't forgotten that, and y'all say that JT is not the guy. I just don't understand that point. If anything, I thought he played better in the 3 games that they won this year against Miami. He scored 33, 11, and 7 in Game 4. He scored 21, 8, and 11 in Game 2. I'm not Game 2, Game 5. He scored 31, 12, and 5 in Game 6. And that's with him at the point forward position and Jaylen Brown off of the court. When Jaylen Brown's off of the court and Jason Tatum's really making plays, they don't necessarily see that. They see, oh, did you win or did you lose? And if you did lose, how bad did you play? It doesn't work like that. You have to look at what this guy's doing and what his partner is not doing. I mean, JB in Game 4, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Game 5, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Game 6, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. You tell me, is Jaylen Brown actually helping Jason Tatum? Because if he is, he should be going off. He should actually be helping Jaylen Brown. Not Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. He should actually be helping him. Michael didn't go anywhere without Scottie Pippen. Those two were inseparable. And when you got guys like that when you got Scotty to help you, there's a reason why Michael was 6-0 in the finals. But when you got a guy that basically is more conservative than the other guy who is the face of the franchise, and dude, Jaylen Brown got drafted before Jason Tatum. What are they? They're 2 years apart from each other in the draft. So Brown had already been established in Boston in, what was that, 2016, and they made the conference finals that year. So why did we hear more about Jaylen Brown? Why didn't we hear him why didn't we see him have the breakout season like Jason Tatum did? Remember when Jason Tatum threw the dunk on LeBron and everybody's like, oh my god, what is this? And then we started seeing the emergence of Jason Tatum after Kyrie Irving left. We saw the emergence. We saw him take over games. We saw him have, like, what is it? The 1 year that Jaylen Brown, and I'm being real when I say this. The 1 year Jaylen Brown did not make the playoffs with the Boston Celtics was when he got injured. Go back and look at Game 3. Jason Tatum scored 50 on the Nets, and they were down 2-0. They didn't win the series because their roster wasn't really good like that. But if you give, and it's not like that he played bad for the entirety of that series. If anything, what was the game after that? I think he scored 30, and then the game after that he scored like close to 30 again. So it's not like Jason Tatum isn't good. I think if you give him, if you separate Brown, let's see what Jason Tatum can do. Because I truly believe this is his team. The Boston Celtics are Jason Tatum's team. I'm just being real. Because I've seen more out of Jason than I have out of Jaylen, and that is concerning. Now and if you do pair him up with another superstar, pair him up with a guy like a Karl Anthony Towns, like a I don't know how they would do this, but pair him up with a Karl Anthony Towns, pair him up with a Damian Lillard, pair him up with, I don't know if it's possible. Maybe Kawhi. Would Kawhi be interested in joining Boston? I don't know, maybe. But I don't know if I don't know, because he's not like that. I think he wants to stay in LA. But, just pair him up with someone. Because we saw regression out of Jaylen Brown over the last few years. We see progression in Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, the games that he closed out Milwaukee, he closed out Miami, he closed out Philly, he closed out Atlanta. He's closed out some games, so in big playoff games. And you cannot tell me Jaylen Brown has done that. He's only had one 40-point game in the playoffs. Jason Tatum has more than that. He's broken more playoff records than Jason Tatum. How do you explain Jaylen Brown has not broken any records in the playoffs? That's all Jason Tatum. That's all Marcus Smart. So what are we talking about when we say you gotta move Tatum? He's the issue. I don't think he is. I think he's trying to lead his team to a championship. But you can't do that if the other guy is not willing to buy in and be Robin. Because Batman needs to have Robin. It doesn't need to be, Robin needs to it doesn't need to be the roles reversed. I think that's the issue with this team. You need to have JT be the number one option. He is your number one option. JT is your number one option. JB is not. He is a number two option. And I wouldn't pay him the money, dude. I wouldn't. I would trade him. I would trade him. I would trade him and I would find out what I could get for him. It is Donovan Mitchell up for grabs. Is a guy like, oh my god, who else can I possibly think of to pair Jason Tatum up with? Like I said, Karl Anthony Towns. Would Karl Anthony Towns want to get up out of Minnesota to join Boston? I think that would be a good move because that'd be like what Shaq and Kobe had. Like, obviously now you're going to need a big man to compete with the Denver Nuggets because what the Denver Nuggets are showing is that if you have a big man like that, like you need a Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic type of duo instead of having two wings like that because it's not gonna go anywhere. I don't think it can go anywhere, to be honest. I think you need to have Jason Tatum and Karl Anthony Towns. And that duo, I guarantee you, bro. Karl Anthony Towns. Go back and watch me hit Andrew Wiggins. Karl Anthony Towns played his best when he had a guy like Andrew Wiggins that can defend, that can facilitate, that can basically shoot the three really good. But you need that. You already got a good enough point guard in Brogdon and Smart. I think if you add a guy like Karl Anthony Towns on the Boston Celtics, I believe they can win the title. I believe they can be sneaky because Karl Anthony Towns ain't gonna lay it down for nobody. He could probably dominate Bam Adebayo more than you care to think. He's not gonna sit, and Karl Anthony Towns gonna know his role because he knows that this is Jason Tatum's team. He'll know that this is his team. Let me do what I do, and I'm gonna let Tatum do what he does because that's what we've seen from Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is Giannis's team. There's no doubt about it. The Milwaukee Bucks are Giannis's team, but he needed a guy like a Drew Holiday, like a Chris Middleton, to come along with him. And I've seen more out of sometimes, not all the time, Chris Middleton. But lately I've seen Holiday step up for Giannis. So I think if you had a duo like that, I believe Boston can really go far. We saw that when Paul Pierce had Kevin Garnett, and they went far. Obviously, they had Ray Allen, but I think I would say that the closest I can think to Ray Allen would be Derek White to a degree. But it's just you need someone like that. You need a big man to take the load off of Jason, to kind of help him, to have him be Robin to Jason's Batman. You know what I mean? That's what you really need. So I would definitely split them up, but I would definitely go after Karl Anthony Towns because I think that he's too much of a good enough talent to be wasted. And plus, we haven't seen Karl Anthony Towns in a better situation because I don't think Minnesota's really in a good situation. Yeah, they got Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert, he doesn't. It's weird how they did that, but I think that if you get a guy like that, you're gonna see the difference. Anyway, guys, if you do like this video, if you do want to see more videos like this, please make sure to go hit that like button. Make sure to go subscribe to the channel for more. And yeah, and I'll see y'all in the next video. This has been your boy. Peace.